What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, comments, feedback. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. How's everybody out there doing? A beautiful Friday, hot in the mug today. Sorry to starting bad, sorry to starting hot. Sun starts beaming over here like around 6:30, 6 o'clock. Like, man, and I'll go back down to around 8. How's everybody out there doing, man? No, I just wanted to touch upon this little topic, man. I see everybody going in on OT, Mexican OT. And the thing I see different is there's Charleston White, man. Charleston White has said some, man, some really foul stuff on a bunch of races, man. Not just his own. He's talked about the Mexicans and the way, this for me, right? Like, I don't agree with any Mexican using that word. Even for entertainment purposes or character purposes, I don't think it's right. I don't think I'm surprised, I'm surprised that Mexican OT's father hasn't schooled him, because I know his father, uh I read somewhere during the interview said that his father did time. So by his father doing time, man, his father should have schooled him and said, look out, son, we don't use that word out here no more. You know what I mean? Those words are fighting words. That word is a fighting word. You can't just be throwing it out there like that. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. With any Mexican or even any white guy or Asian or any other race other than who created that word and whoever they can, call each other that. You know what I mean? That's what they want to call each other. That's fine. You know what I mean? But it's not right for another race to be using it. I don't agree with that. I was see that's the thing, that the culture in Texas is a lot different, man, than everywhere else. When I was uh 12, 13, 14, 15, that word was used, loosely. It was used like a homeboy, a bro. It wasn't used to be disrespectful, right? It wasn't used. We wouldn't call each other, for it was just like, hey, because that's what a lot of people don't understand. I'm the rap generation uh had a big impact on a lot of people, man, on a lot of races, right? Down here in Texas, we used to jam out to Tejano music, Selena, uh, Ramon Ayala, Tejano music, right? That was our thing. But here comes the 90s, and here comes all the West Coast rap, right? So we get influenced by it, man. We get influenced by it. I was one of those kids that was influenced by that word, right? I would use that word, with everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? But it was used in a loving term, like, hey, what's up, homeboy? Or what's up, bro? It wasn't used to offend anybody, right? But I had to get schooled. I had to get schooled. You know what I mean? When I went to prison, I try to, talk to one of my older homeboys that had already been in prison. What's up, my aunt? He almost beat the shit out of me. You know what I mean? He sat me down. He said, look, homeboy, we don't use that word in prison like that. And this is me at 19 years old. You know what I mean? I'm like, why not, man? I'm not. He's like, just because we don't, he laced me up. He goes, those are fighting words. That word ain't no different than a bitch. You call somebody a bitch, those are automatically fighting words. So you use that, even though you're trying to address me in a positive way, it's wrong. He goes, are you one? Am I one for you to call me that? And I said, oh man, my bad. I'm sorry for disrespecting. You know, you got to get laced up, man. You know, that's why I don't agree, right? Once I got laced up, that word left my vocabulary, right? And y'all can go back to one time where me and Dante were doing a live, and Dante called me that, right? And I told him, I said, don't call me that, man. That's very disrespectful. So once I got hipped and, you know, got laced up, because, you know, I was using the word not to offend anybody, but just to greet somebody. What's up, man? You know, what's up? That's all I was using the word for. I wasn't using it like how people would probably say, like the Klan would use it, right? Or maybe an Aryan or somebody that's really racist would use that word, right? It's two different, right? It's different. To me, it's two different ways. Now, if I'm going to be hateful, you know, that word is used to provoke somebody, right? So it's a hateful word. You can't, you know, once I got schooled on what that word was, it left my vocabulary. It left. Because even through I was using it like a greeting, the real meaning, you know, once the meaning was made to me and say, hey, you know, this is this and that, this and that, I was like, oh, okay, you know, it's then how come he goes, don't worry about how come they can use it. Don't worry about it. That's them. And then if they want to use that word against themselves, let them. We're not going to use it. So you have to get schooled, man. You know, and that's me being schooled, and I wasn't, you know, using it in a bad way. I was just using it to greet somebody. You know, a form of greeting. What's up? Why? Because this is the stuff we were listening to, right? Master P, Ice Cream Man, Juvenile, 400 Degrees. All this shit, to this day, you can't hear a rap song without that word being inserted in it, right? So it's mainstream. It's that word has become mainstream, right? As you would say, it's mainstream. It's like people picking and choosing. Okay, you can say you can't. You ask, you can say okay. I don't agree with any other race other than the blacks to use that word against themselves, right? If they want to, you know, disrespect themselves all they want, then hey, who are we to say other? Because that word is it's a hateful word, right? It's a very hateful word. And that's the thing, you know, I seen the interview with OT, right? I seen it, and they asked him a question. He's like, man, I grew up with these guys. I love these guys. You know, he said everything right. And the only thing that he said was, who's going to do anything about it? And everybody's upset about that. That who's, and I've heard, I've heard Charleston White, right? I've heard Charleston White say some foul shit, man, about the blacks, right? About his own people. And he doubles down, he dares people to come do something, right? He's like, who's gonna go throw their life away, right? All these guys on the internet talking about OT, just pull up, we want the fade. Y'all really gonna throw your life away? Why are these guys over here making millions? Ask yourself that, man. If you really do believe it and you're so hell-bent about it, don't make videos about it. Lace your boots up, go find them, and put in the work. And go throw your life away. Because all he said was who's going to do anything about it. And apparently ain't nobody going to do nothing but run their fucking dick suckers, right? Make videos about OT. That's it. That's it. We want the fade. We want this. We want that. And it all seems that it's all these people from outer state trying to divide the culture in Texas. Because what I've noticed that everywhere else, other than Texas, the Mexican blacks are divided, right? And that's what they want, right? They want Texas to be part of that division, right? Everywhere you go, there's conflict and division between the Mexicans and the blacks. Now they finally got a little bit of conflict right here between the blacks in Houston and the blacks and the Mexicans in Houston, right? And that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up, man. Because it's sad to say, man, that the Mexicans from Houston were the innovators, man. They're the ones that started breaking the ice with the blacks, as you would say. What I mean breaking the ice, the camaraderie, the that rules that were laid down before slowly but surely started getting bending, right? Where oh, you can't associate with them, you can't hang out with them, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? But the Mexicans from culture are the innovators that kind of did that culture, man. They kind of they did that. You know what I mean? So where all these other states from Texas started following suit. You know what I mean? They started following suit. It's wild, man. Because if you're not from Texas, you wouldn't understand it, man. Just like all I see on these other states is all these Mexicans and the blacks are at it, man. Especially in California. And it seems like from California, it starts trickling and trickling, trickling, trickling to all these other states. But Texas, it's not like everywhere else, man. Well, I've not really been nowhere else, right? But we got YouTube, we got social media. We got the Discovery Channel. We got all kinds of uh internet stuff that I can just pop up and be like, hey, how is it over there in you know the geographic areas? But everybody's mad at him because all he said, and once again, he didn't even use that word in a negative way, right? Everybody's mad at him because he said, what is anybody going to do about it? Well, I would expect him for to say that because if you're going to say something, you're supposed to stand on it, right? Just like Charleston White says, anything that he says, he's willing to die, go to jail, and unalive people, right? And ain't nobody fuck with Charleston White. Why? Because it's another black man says it, right? It's cool, right? It's cool when another black man can disrespect another black man. It's cool. It's all right. But as soon as another person of another race does it, they want to hang that guy. I'm like, man, fix your own home before you try to fix the outside. How can you be united and you can't even unite yourself? It's like that makes no sense, man. If you're going to hold court on your own, then come out and hold court on the outsiders. That just makes no sense to me, man. And Mexican OT didn't say nothing disrespectful. All he said is, who's going to do anything about it? And by that means, I take that as who's going to go throw their life away to come and to tell me I can't do that. So you're willing to go spend the rest of your life to come prove a point. And once again, he didn't say nothing disrespectful. He said he loved them. He grew up with them. He bled with them. He played with them. He didn't say nothing disrespectful. Nothing. Other than who's going to do anything about it. But I've heard Charleston White say that so many motherfucking times, and ain't nobody did nothing. Ain't nobody questioned the man. What did he get? More interviews? But I guess it's okay when your own kind destroys you and disrespects you. It's okay, right? That's what I'm seeing, right? Because Charleston White has said some foul shit about his own culture, about his own people. Yes, some hold truth, others don't. And every time he says something stupid, he dares people to come do something, right? Who you got to think about it, man. Who at the end of the day wants to go throw their life away? Because that's the outcome. You got two outcomes, man. You're gonna get unalived, or you going to jail. When you're looking for beef, when you out here looking for problems, man, there's only two outcomes. It's going to be the prison or the cemetery. So if you want to do those, then don't think about it. Then just do it. Because all these people doing videos about we're gonna pull up on OT, we're gonna pull up on it, we're gonna do this, all this. Y'all ain't never. I seen people talking about y'all ain't never got it. See, in Texas, there's about 100 and something prisons, right? Maybe a little bit more, 120, 130. There's about over 100. I know that for sure. Every organization takes losses. On one unit, you can be the top dog. On other units, you can be the bottom of the totem pole, right? It's just the way it is, man. You might be winning on one unit, and the other unit, you might be getting the blues. It's just the way it is, man. And a lot of these channels, oh, your people ain't never got to win over my people. I was winning every. It's like, come on, man, that's nonsense, bro. There's about 100 some units, and anybody can tell you that's been to Texas prisons, every organization takes losses. It's different on every unit, man. It's different. But what I've seen is it's a lot of these dudes from out of state, man. And I'm like, if y'all so worried about the like the they were talking about, I was watching the channel, right? I guess they consider themselves FBA or some shit like that. I need to watch a little bit more. I don't know what these guys are, right? I don't know. They just say they're FBA or some shit like that. And one dude was saying, "Man, I'm from Alabama," and I made a comment. I'm like, man, look, according to a guy from Alabama, 85% of the black inmates in Alabama prison are participating in some kind of homosexual activity. And those 85%, man, are coming out here and getting with your women, other women of different races, and infecting them. Why don't y'all raise issues about that? And you know what they did? They blocked me. They put me in timeout. They put me in timeout, man, so I couldn't comment no more, right? I'm like, y'all talking about unity, and y'all kill yourselves more than any other race does, y'all. I've never shot. All my all my all my crimes have been towards my own people. Right? It's sad to say. I've never uh attacked a black or had any beef or like all my shootings and legal activities. Well, I did get robbed, yeah. I did get robbed, right? I did get robbed. I did get robbed by the blacks in West Dallas. I did get robbed. Okay. But that's me putting myself in that situation, right? I put myself in that situation. So I can't really count that as a beef, right? Because I put myself in that situation. I went over there looking for bars, and I should have been on my toes. I shouldn't have, I'm from North Dallas. I should have been all the way in West Dallas. It just doesn't work like that. I'm out of my element, and that's what. Uh, and even then, I'm not even mad at them dudes, man. Because to me, it's like it's part of the game, man. You got to respect the hustle, and just like when they had their guns to my chest and going through my pockets, man, I'm like, I'm not even arguing with them, man. I'm just like, hey, look, I respect the hustle. Let me make it. You can keep it. It is what it is, man. Just let me make it, you know, and then let me make it, man. But I've never like had any enemies, man. All my enemies were my own kind. So I know that's how it is for y'all. Y'all, when y'all go to Texas prisons, you know how many sets there is of y'all? You got GD, BD, Bloods, Cribs, Buy Store. You got so many fucking gangs that are not even united. And I see a lot of these people are like, oh, we're the new generation. I'm like, y'all don't have to worry about the fucking illegals. Don't worry about the illegals, man. The illegals are not going to be the problem. The illegals are not going to be the problem. Just like they're taking space, they're taking my space too, right? They're taking my future kid's space, right? And my future line, right? So we're all fighting for these positions, right? Us Chicanos, we wasted a lot of time to these streets and prisons, man. A lot of generations, right? So where we should have been concentrating on showing our kids politics, credit, community contribution, showing them all the shit that our immigrant parents didn't know, right? Because they were immigrants. So every time a new immigrant comes, all the cycle restarts over again, right? Because you know what happens with that first immigrant family? The first generation kids come out fuck up, right? Because we don't know better, man. We don't know better, right? Our parents don't know better. They don't know how to guide us. All our parents know how to do is get up and go to work, provide, right? But a lot of us, we know better now. So if you know better, you can do better. So now my kids and my grandkids, well, at least you got to guide them into the politics, man. Lawyers, judges, doctors, not just in, not be happy and content that they got a warehouse job or they just got a 9 to 5. No, you got to push them to be more, man. So that's when all these people say, "Oh man, the illegals." Not, I said, don't worry about the illegals, man. Worry about the Chicanos kids that we're kind of adapting, man, and learning from our mistakes to where our future doesn't, our future family members don't have to go through that, man. They don't have to experience it. That's the thing. They don't. The illegals, man, all he's going to do is send us back. Because, like I said, every time a new illegal family comes here, man, they're starting from the beginning. And that's how the first generation, get fucked off, man. They, we waste time in the streets and prison that we don't realize till we're like in our 30s and 40s that we went about it the wrong way in life. But it's never too late, man. That's why I'm blessed, uh, thankful that God gave me another opportunity to give me another son. So it's different, man. You know, when my first son, I really didn't participate in none of that, like sporting events or, you know, uh, I was too busy just being a provider, man. Going to work, paying bills, you know, and leaving my wife to do that. Raising the kids. She stayed home, and I would just work, right? Because that's what I seen with my parents, right? But then I was blessed, to get him and be like, man, it didn't work that way. You shouldn't have did it that way. And I got blessed to have another son to be like, hey, you got to be more in this guy's life, man. It's not just about being a provider. You got to be like, it's. I guess I'm with. It's sad to say, man, that I got kids, but I wasn't really a father to them, right? It was more of a provider. This time I'm taking the time, and I guess that's why, man. My condition is like a curse and a blessing and a curse, man. You know, yeah, I got this medical condition, man, but at the same time, I get to spend time with my son, man. And I get to nourish and grow uh, something I want to be productive, man. So it's like I'm investing in him. So, and it sucks that my condition has given me the time to do it. I couldn't do it with my last ones, right? But it is what it is. You know, and about the Mark, let me talk about the Mark situation before I get off here. I got a lot of things to do today. On the Mark situation, man. I think they deleted his channel because he had all the other videos up there, right? He had all the videos from video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4 on how everybody was defending him. So they needed to get rid of all that evidence. They sabotaged his channel, took the channel down. Videos are no longer there. But like I said, I got thumb drives, man. I got thumb drives. Those videos are as great as hits. I got the racist one. I got the one where all his stories are fake. With the 2-3 hour meltdown one, that's the best one. I got that one, and all the other ones are still there. So I've been chilling dead. I've been chilling, man. I've been, this YouTube, man, it's not for everybody. It's not for me, man. This YouTube shit it's not. I mean, for people that make a career, I don't know, man. It's not for me. You know what I mean? I just do this shit for every now and then I feel like talking shit or I don't know, man. I just don't. I think I've proven my point on Mark. You know what I mean? It's like he did what he did. I mean, if people continue talking about it, then well, fuck it. Then why I'll still talk about Mark. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But I think I proved my point, man. It's not. It's like uh, I just don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like that. And you could, I mean, my channel, see, you see, if that guy would have just gone with it instead of trying to go with it now, because now it's like you're trying to be on the right track, man. But I'm still gonna be there to fucking be like, hey, this guy is a hypocrite. He's an apex predator, or he's this, he's that. And it's like, why couldn't you just correct it from the beginning, man? Like, avoid all this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't understand. Sometimes I'm like, you went, did all this to backtrack. And what I don't understand is like, how come nobody in the crew, the Funky Bunch crew, has even questioned, man? Be like, man, well, why all of a sudden? Noel had all the proof. Noel had all the proof in the pudding, and you kept on saying no. All the proof was there. I mean, it's in time we could have heard from the real victim, Brad. See, the thing is, I reached out to Brad. I found him. He said, "Give me time." He was gonna call. Give me time. Let me figure out what I got to do on my end. The line of communication was already opened. It was just a matter of time. It was just going to be a matter of time before he said, "Look, man, this is going to be my statement. This is what I want." This. It was just going to be a matter of time. But what did you go over there and do? What did they go over there and do? What did they go over there and do, man? Called the mayor and said that I'm exploiting the victims. I want to make money off the victims. But at the same time, I ain't not make $1 off of them, right? I didn't hold panels charging people $50 a panel. I didn't make panels charging $50 a wop. Matter of fact, I think I need my $50. I paid him $50 and I never got on the panel. Matter of fact, I need my $50. I need to go check my cash about or how the fuck I sent that guy the $50. Now that I remember, I sent that dude $50 one time too, man, to get on that panel. I sure goddamn did. I sure did. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, man, that dude charged me $50 to get on the fucking panel. And I never got on the panel. Ain't that a bitch? So instead of calling the mayor and say, hey, you know what, man, I got a big giant platform. I got about a, you know, I got 10 times the size of a platform that what Noel got. I'm here for the victims. No, hell no, because 10 times 30,000. Shit, it's like 50 times, man. He got his platform is 50. His platform is, like 50 times bigger the size of mine. So he could have did a big favor to the mayor and be like, look, mayor, we want to get this story out there. We want to make sure Brad doing good and no, scared him off. Should have called Deputy Brad. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Deputy Brad? What's your statement on this topic, man? See, what they don't understand is that I don't think Brad and the mayor know that the unedited version. See, the unedited version is a lot gruesome, man. It's a lot more detailed what Mark was doing, man. Because it actually has Mark playing play by play. I lay him on his stomach. Now, first he tells him to take his shirt off. Tell him to take his shirt off. Take his clothes off. Tell him to grease himself up. I told him to lay it down on his stomach. I'm walking him through it. He's having a panic attack. I'm caressing him. I'm telling him to breathe in, breathe out. If that ain't a play-by-play book of what Mark did to Deputy Brad, I don't know what you call it, man. Method of operation, his MO is this is the way he operates. Would all the other victims have similarity stories? Is that his method of operating? Is that how he operates? All this stuff was made clear, right? What I don't understand is that there was numerous times, man, numerous times and opportunities to stand up and raise your hand and be like, hey, man, I was on the fence before, but now I think, he, but don't wait till I go silent. That's why I can't, like, the hypocrisy. It just makes no sense, man. That that people would become degenerates, because that's a degenerate, man. When you lower your standards to follow a wave. I never lower my standards, man, to be liked or agreed with anybody. Fuck, look at all the people that hate me. All the people that hate me for speaking the truth are the same people over there idolizing and glorifying them. But that's social media, man. That's YouTube for you, man. That's YouTube. That's YouTube. Now, I haven't even watched any of their content lately, man. I stopped watching a long time ago, man. I don't even watch that shit. I just know that's what they be doing, right? From the last video of Mark's family, white family victimized and shit like that. But why not bring Brad out, man? Do I have to create a petition to bring Brad Lucas out and everybody sign it on YouTube or something? Because there's petitions going around, people that say stupid racist remarks to get him banned, man, to get him off social media. People take those racist remarks on social media, man. People run with that shit, man. Just like how they doing with the OT. People run with that shit, right? But then here you got this black men saying, who cares what they do to the white man, right? But see, that aligns with the FBA mentality, man. I don't got, I don't, I don't get these guys. They call themselves like Black Americans, I think, right? But I'm like, so y'all don't like them Nigerians? Y'all don't like them Africans? I don't, I don't, I don't know, man. I need to do some more research into them characters. I don't. They seem to me like a bunch of racists. From somebody looking in, look outside looking in, all I see is a bunch of racists. No different than the white supremacists. I guess people are building supremacies, man, and we're the only ones getting left behind. I don't see no fucking Mexican supremacy group being built. You got the white supremacists, and now you got these FBA, which is basically black supremacists, and everybody's pointing at the Mexican. Right? We don't. Where's our fucking supremacy group at? I think we're in the last. I mean, we're the last on this shit, man. Everybody's building a supremacy group. Everybody. The whites were first, now the black supremacists, and now what? I haven't seen the Mexican supremacists. Where are they at? Anybody know any channels I can go look and see what these guys are talking about? Because I don't know where they're at. All I see on social media is white supremacists and black supremacists, right? They don't call themselves white supremacists or black supremacists. They call themselves FBA and 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 Trump supporters and Trumpers and whatnot, right? But what I don't understand is that Trump loves Israel. But every white supremacist and black supremacist hates the Jews. I don't get that. That to me, it's crazy, man. Israel, man, Israel's like the size of New York, I think, man. And it's a rich little country, man. Everybody knows about the Rothschilds. Just imagine if Israel was the size of America, man. They would be a world superpower, man. Because that's all I see on YouTube is white supremacists and black supremacists. Like I said, yesterday I was watching this video. It had about like 14,000 people watching it, right? Commenting and shit. And I'm not saying nothing, right? Because I'm, I'm going off based off what somebody that was in Alabama prison culture, right? He said, he goes, hey, 85% of the black men in Alabama prison are doing that homosexual activity. 85% of the Alabama men in prison, right? And then you got other guys that have been in Alabama prison saying, hey, you know what? As long as you're the giver, you're okay with it. But why don't they speak up on topics like this, right? That is hurting their people. It's giving them a bad negative look. Make a fuss about that. Bring that issue up. How can we stop? It's sad to say, man. You can ask anybody that prison rape happens everywhere and to anybody. But it's sad to say that majority of the apex predators are the black males that do that. Look how high the numbers are Alabama, 85. 85. And that's according to not, these are not my numbers. These are numbers that somebody threw out there that was incarcerated for 20 years in Alabama prisons. So if you go by off these statistics, there's a problem, man. But the culture, right? The culture has made it acceptable, like for characters like Dante Better say, who cares what the black man does to the white man, right? Who cares what the black man does to the white man in prison? Who cares? So it kind of aligns with their, but at the same time, these same guys are practicing in homosexual activity. Sometimes they're infecting the innocent, vulnerable women that they meet upon being released. That doesn't bother you? Since you're for your people, unity. That doesn't bother you? That doesn't rub you the wrong way? That you wouldn't want to speak up and be like, hey, how can we stop our brothers from becoming homosexual predators in prisons? That's a big topic right there, man. What's happening? Oh, where our brothers are going to prison, they're turning out these guys and they're involving in homosexual activity. And then they're coming out here and infecting our women. Why don't they speak about topics like that, man? Make a change, right? And at the same time, you're helping the others. You're helping the other man out too, right? The victim. Put a spotlight on it, man. Talk about it. That's sad, man. That those statistics for another black man to say about another black man say, hey, 85% of us are in here doing homosexual activity. Do you know how bad that looks, man? On a general, even if it was a Mexican race, white race, Asian race, do you know how disgraceful and disgusting that looks? So now everybody in Alabama that's been to prison, 85%, man. 85%. And you can ask anybody, man. Ask anybody, right? A lot of the guys that partake either forcibly, willingly, are black guys. Ask anybody that's been into any kind of prison, man. And don't, I'm not going to say there's not the Mexicans, there's not the whites, there's not other apex. But yes, there is. But the majority of them are the blacks. I don't know what it is, but it's just, it's like that, man. It's like that. Like I said, I didn't see homosexuality until I went to prison, man. And I seen two black dudes that were, they were a couple. They would kiss, right? Like give each other morning kiss every morning in the day room. And that was it. Like, and that's the first time I told my homeboys, what the fuck is going on? You know? And ever since then, the majority that I've seen that, were the blacks. I'm not, trying to talk shit and be like, no, no, no. It's just speaking facts, man. This is my personal experience. And I've heard other blacks talk about the same thing, man. You know? No, man. I ain't got nothing against blacks. I ain't got nothing against blacks. I ain't got nothing against blacks. I just don't like it when they try to jump on the Mexican, right? Everybody tries to get on the OT and speak their mind on what he said, which he didn't even say nothing. What did he offend? He didn't say that word. He didn't use that word in a derogatory manner. He uses that word like in a greeting word mannerism, like "what up," and all he said was, "Who's going to do anything about it?" Right, and that's it. Now everybody wants to attack, 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 attack. That doesn't bother me, man. Like that doesn't bother me, man. If it was black, purple, green, orange, it doesn't matter, man. You can't get mad at the dude. And you see, I've been in multiple relationships, man. And as a man, you cannot get mad at the other man. You cannot be mad at the other man. Because as a man, I've been in that situation, right? When the girl throws it at you, it's your option to either be like, nah, man, I'm not gonna mess with it. But as a man, you get that erection and you lose stop, man. So you can't be mad at the man, right? Because I've done some foul shit, right? Like I had a homeboy, right? He got locked up, right? His chick started coming around. His chick started coming around. I tried my hardest, you know, uh, to brush her off, right? I tried my hardest. But as a man, you're gonna give in eventually, man. She's gonna catch you, you know, at the wrong time where you're like, hey, fuck it, come on, let's what you want to do, right? And when my homeboy asked me, I'm like, say, bro, look, he goes, look, I'm not mad at you, homeboy. He goes, you did what I would. If you would have got locked up and your chick came around me, I'm hitting it. And I said, and I wouldn't be mad at you, bro. I wouldn't be mad at you, right? I'd be mad at you if you forced yourself upon her, right? Now I'd be mad at the bitch and be like, say, why'd you do that, right? Why couldn't you just hold it down? You can see whatever you want, right? But that's past tense to me. I'm not worried about spilled milk, right? I'm talking about OT Genesis right now, and I'm talking about Mark Moore, right? And Dante Bell right now. I'm not talking about what happened past tense that it has nothing to do with what's going on in my life today. Does it matter? Does it make sense to you? So you can sit there and make your own opinion and say, oh, this is the way. No, no, no. Because that has no merit or meaning to me. So You can sit there and say, "Oh, you don't like black because you." No, that doesn't bother me, man. That has no value to me. Right? What has value to me is what we're living as we speak right now, at this moment. Right? At this moment, everybody wants to speak up. Well, why not speak up about what everybody's doing? That the majority of the prison rapists are black males. Why not speak up about that and make a change? Why not speak up about that? You heard it. You heard it from somebody that was in the Alabama prison system for 20 years. It said 85% of the black males in there are involved in homosexual activity. Why is nobody talking about that? What can we do to change that narrative? Uh, what they try to do? What was it? Who cares what the black man does to the white man in prison? Right? It's accepted, right? That culture is accepted. Instead of making a change, right? Instead of saying, man, hey, Mark, you and all them dudes are making us look like degenerates. Hips, Hips is a victim, man. Hips is a victim, but by him not speaking up and not doing anything to fix the problem, he was part of the problem as well, man. See, even when you get a RICO charge, right? If you're the financier of the situation, you're as guilty as well, man. So if Hips was the financial to keep that organization going, if Hips was the financial person to keep that organization going, that family going, then Hips is part of the problem as much as Mark is, man. Because without Hips's money, Mark wasn't able to spoil the boys, right? So you have to look at the big picture, man. Hips wasn't over there putting blades to people's necks, right? According to the documentary, Hips wasn't doing that. Hips was a boy. Hips was a prison wife, right? But you got Mark and his older brother, JG, holding knives to people's necks. The guy defecating on himself and then still going back for seconds. Do you know how disgusting that looks, man? Like, even like, who would want to associate themselves with this guy, right? I know Dante Bell and the Funky Bunch crew, they associated themselves lovely with this guy. After he said all this shit, right? The defecation. If that itself is not sickening, it makes you want to question yourself. Be like, man, was I really even hanging out with this dude? Was I fucking like, giving this dude the time of my day just to even entertain him? What the fuck? What? Like, that makes. But I'm not a degenerate, man. I'm not. I can't lower my standards, right? I can't lower my standards to ride the wave, this is the wave I created, right? The Mark Moore exposing. I created that wave. That's my wave. I created that wave. Nobody was creating that wave but me, right? Nobody did the work. Nobody did the research. Nobody did that, right? I put in the work. I found the victims. I found you the true story. The real story. The real story. Why Young blood ain't cut nobody off, man. All right. Young blood, he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing, right? And that's all you need to know, right? I distance myself, right? If that's what you want to know, Lena Brooks, which is probably Dante and J Play, y'all can't come in here and try to spin the narrative and say, oh, I'm white too. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Y'all can't play mind games with me. All right, go play mind games and twiddle your fingers up your ass. Y'all ain't gonna get me with that. You know what I mean? Go try to manipulate. That's why you, Dante, and Mark are so alike. You're apex predators, right? You give positive and negative reinforcements, right? You're a degenerate. Not only are you a degenerate, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on over there in that side of town, man. I try to distance myself. He said, who called Mark when he got robbed? Not you. I thought that was your man. Why is he gonna call me for it, man? Why is he gonna call me for it? Am I supposed to drive up to Alabama? What am I supposed to do? Y'all need to see. That's the stuff y'all need to talk about, man. Who robbed who? Uh, Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. That's kind of foul, man. I didn't know who got robbed, Mark or Youngblood. That's bad, man. Hopefully he's all right. I didn't know that, man. Hopefully he's all right. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know the man got robbed. Like I said, man, I don't be watching or be tuning in or shit like that. It sucks that he got robbed, man. Kind of sucks. It sucks, man. I mean, I've been robbed, and it's a fucked up vulnerable position, man. I mean, that's the only time I ever felt vulnerable. Well, see, if he did, that's him, man. That's his opinion. If that's what he said he did, then I can't take that from him, man. That's all him. I don't know. I don't know what the you see. That's a lot of stuff going on over there. I don't know, man. I don't know. But you see, one thing, man. One thing I realized in this world, man, is don't. One thing I've noticed is you know God knows our true intentions. God knows our hearts. God knows our intentions, man. See, that's the thing, man. That what is that, man? Yeah. Youngblood's phone was spoofed. They made calls. Yes, yes, he is. See, there's a lot of that stuff going on YouTube, man. That's why I never clicked on shit, man. And if I did, I got a burner. Man, people were sending me shit, right? To download this, download that. I didn't download none of that bullshit. Who was he making calls to? See, I don't see. That's the thing, man. Is I would have preferred Youngblood just to been doing his own thing, man. He probably wouldn't been going through so much stuff and avoided so much headaches and shit. There's nothing wrong. I mean, I told him many times, man. I said, why don't you just get your own channel going, man? You know, if you want people to come over, let people come over to your channel. You don't have to go over to the people's channel, man. That's why you have your own channel. Create your own channel, and if people want to come over, you come in to entertain them. I don't know, man. That's why. Once I started seeing too much, there's too much, there's too much deceit and manipulation on this social media, man. On this YouTube shit, it's and that's why I say that guy Dante's an apex predator, man. Because his tactics ain't no different than what Mark's tactics are. The vulnerable, the weak, intimidation, bullying, gaslighting, groom lighting. It's 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 everything and more, right? I mean, it seems like you associate yourself with this guy, and you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, man. You know, because I don't see why, like, why they would want to. Nah, man. I think a lot of this stuff is deceit, smoke and mirrors, man. What I realized that you can have one person on here with multiple accounts, right? It don't take that much, man. You know, you switch out of your account, go to the comment of the other one, switch out of your other account, comment to the other one, switch out of your account, comment. And it doesn't take but a few seconds to go and comment through all your accounts that you have on your phone, right? But that's just propaganda, right? That's all it is. Once you can see through all that shit, you pay it no mind. You pay it no mind, man. Because at the end of the day, it's mostly one person just trying to control the narrative. And see, you have to go back to where it all begins, right? You have to go to the beginning, to where it all began. Like I said it before, man. Everybody's a pawn in that guy's game, and until you realize it, you're gonna be a victim. That's what I don't understand. Look, why are they spoofing Youngblood? Like, what is like? I don't get that. I don't get that, right? The only thing is the religion, right? NS and Dante, NS is Dante's biggest financial supporter, and by him being a radical Christian, it doesn't too align too well with a Muslim, right? A Muslim and a radical Christian are never going to be able to see eye to eye. Never. It's not going to happen. Especially if blood has been shed. It's not going to happen. So I know and I can see why so much pushback on Youngblood, right? I see it. I see it, right? I see the pushback. I see the pushback that they want to give on Youngblood, right? Forcing them out, doing this. It's almost the bully tactics of social media, right? It is what it is. But the same person who started it is the one that's still controlling it, right? People just they don't. And all Youngblood became was a pawn in their game. And I told them, I'm like, you know that the NS is a radical Christian, man. And that is Dante's biggest financial supporter. So even through Dante might want to align himself with you, he's gonna get pushback, right? He's gonna get pushback because at the end of the day, it's like, what can I get from you? What can I get from Youngblood? What can I get from NS? I benefit more from befriending NS than what I do Youngblood. Why? NS cash apps me $100, 200. He cash apps, right? Super chats. So it's like the politician, man. Come donate to my campaign, and I can pass that bill that'll help your business grow. Isn't that what you want? Come on. So I see the pushback that they give on Youngblood, right? And that's why I told him it was always better for him just to start his own channel, right? Go stay on your channel, man. Stay on your channel. Stay on your channel. Because all they're going to try to do is use you. They're going to try to use you to try to get and say, look, we got part over here, and now we can flip over and go and start exposing Mark. We got one of the so-called persons that was exposing Mark. Now he's over here, right? But it got used. You got manipulated, right? It's like it kind of sucks because I try to avoid it. I try to tell them over and over, you know what I mean? That this is what they wanted, right? This is what they wanted. They wanted him to go over there for they can kind of contain him, and pick his brain little by little, and then that way they can pick him off, pick him off, pick him off. It's like, but that's what what do you expect when you align yourself with opposition? What do you expect is going to happen? Yes, the opposition is sticking their hand out for a handshake. They got it. They're extending their hand out, but behind the other hand, they got their fingers crossed. Right? It's not. It sucks. I feel sorry for young blood, right? But at the same time, I've always tried to tell them from the beginning. I said, like, this is their game plan, man. They're gonna get to the point where they don't have no more ammunition, and they're gonna flip sides. They're going to want to be the exposers, right? And they're only going to do it if you go over there. You're going to give them enough ammunition for them to pick up and get on that trail. And I try to make them realize, like, man, look, it's NS is a radical. What I mean radical, I mean, like, hey, he strictly believes in the religion, right? Like he doesn't want to associate with homosexuals. He doesn't want to talk to them. He doesn't, just Jay and them. He doesn't want to deal with them, right? He doesn't. He hates some people, right? So if I say that if I say the NS hates him, then I would consider him a radical person, right? Because for you to hate somebody because they like sleeping with male or female. I don't hate them dudes. I just don't like them, right? That doesn't mean I'm gonna go out of my way to cause them any harm or wish them any harm, right? I won't associate myself, and I'll distance myself. And if I see that they're there, I'll go around, and I won't be around them. Right? That's the difference, right? Between somebody that hates somebody that hates them really wants something bad to happen to them, or not themselves, or somebody out there to do it, or wishing upon somebody to do it for them. I don't, right? I don't. I can't really say I do. So Youngblood was never going to. Youngblood just basically got used, man. And that's the thing that I told Youngblood I was always trying to avoid, right? But at the same time, I'm not the type of guy to tell another man what to do. You know what I mean? That's up to him. He has to make his own judgment. I can tell you, hey, look, this is what I think they're trying to do, and it's up for you to analyze it and be like, yeah, I think so too. So I'm not going to do it, right? You don't have to wait for me to tell you not to do certain things, because I don't like telling grown men, don't do this, don't do that. No, you know, I let you know, say, look, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And I think this is what they're trying to do. So if I'm throwing you the plays out there, it's for you to analyze and be like, yeah, I shouldn't do my part. I should do my part like this, right? Because with him talking to Mark, to me, I don't see nothing wrong with that, right? But what the problem that I did see wrong was when he started aligning himself with the same people that were reaching out to his family. The same characters that were calling his daughter up, calling his family, calling his place of work, basically harassing him, man. Over what? Because he decided to come on my platform and talk about Mark. So now that he's over there wanting to talk about Mark, y'all have no use for him. Y'all try to y'all try to hold June or God Soldier to hold him on a panel, almost like a just to pacify him, just to say, "Oh yeah, you good job, come over here." And all along, that's all y'all wanted. It's all deceit, man. I don't like playing with people's emotions and feelings like that, man. That to me is it's fucked up, man. I've never been like a bully tactic or a manipulator or I've never used anybody to get something that I wanted. I've never been that type of man or guy, person, never. If I wanted something, I go out there and get it myself. And if by me using you, we can get it together, then we'll get it together. But I'm not going to use you as a pawn. And a lot of this stuff gets done behind your back, man. You know? Yeah, see, that's what they want. That's what I told Youngblood. That's what they always wanted, man. They wanted it so bad to discredit somebody like I I told you, man. Youngblood, I don't see him the reality is Youngblood is a victim, just like Marcus, just like myself is, of one character. And it's sad to say, man. Right? It's sad to say that myself, Youngblood, and Mark all have that in common, man. That we've all been trying to be manipulated, positive and negative reinforcements. Because the same people that are commenting are the same ones telling you to go out. And the same ones that are telling you, hey, you're doing a good job is basically the same one. And that's what they want, right? They want Youngblood to say, oh man, I'm through talking about it. Why? Because Youngblood has solid, good information, man. Just imagine if Youngblood gets on a lot of these other platforms, man, and actually speak up about this shit and say, man, look, I was in Alabama prison. 85% of them dudes when they're doing that shit. Bring light to it, man. So maybe young dudes want to be thinking it's so cool to go to jail, man. Quick to catch a body. Because everybody that goes to prison is like if they're a stomped down dude. They come out being the leader or something. But in reality, they could have been in there sleeping with them boys. I can see why they want to discredit and get Youngblood out the way. It doesn't fit their agenda, right? So right then and there, it tells you that Dante and all his flunkies are not for the victims. Are not for the victims. Because you got a man right there in Youngblood that can speak up about the Alabama prison culture, right? And there's people that actually know Youngblood, man, and that can vouch for that, man, and say, hey, you know what? It, it is true. So Youngblood was just, another pawn got manipulated in the situation, man. And that's why, I'm not. I didn't feel no type of way to Youngblood. I'm not even mad at Youngblood because it's like, man, how can you be mad at somebody that really wasn't too aware of what was going on? You know what I mean? So you can't. You gotta hold the person that did the manipulation, right? You got to hold them accountable. You can't really hold the person that got manipulated. I mean, you can hold them to a certain extent, but at the same time, it don't feel right, man? Because it's like, if it really wasn't, if it wasn't really for the manipulation, me and Youngblood would still be cool, right? But I understand all the manipulation that they used on him, right? June reaching out through him to Dante. Hey, reach out to him, man. Tell him you interview him, man. Tell him, reach him, pull him from over there, pull him from over there, pull him from over there. Do whatever you can to get Youngblood over here. All right. They figured that by Youngblood going over there, that I eventually was going to follow suit. Right. That I eventually was going to go over there and entertain the idea, and everything would become full circle, right? Like what they want to do. So I seen this whole play, right? And I told Youngblood, I said, this is what they want. Youngblood, just, but at the same time, you get tired, man. Just like Youngblood gets tired of it, man. And he really hasn't gone through what half of the stuff I've gone through, right, on YouTube. All right. For him to say, I'm throwing in the gloves. And that's a hard battled man right there. A man that did 20 years in Alabama prison. He's saying he wants to throw in the gloves of YouTube. And he's nowhere near went through the shit that I went through, right? So I was overwhelmed at a point, man. Yes, I was overwhelmed, man. Yes. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? And it's not like I was going after an innocent or, a contributing member of society. I was going after Mark Moore, a self-proclaimed prison rapist. Self-proclaimed. He talks about it. He walks you through it. He's proud of it. So I can understand why Youngblood says, man, I'm through with YouTube. Yes, it makes you, man, because, for somebody like him, I guarantee you, if that person that he felt was doing all that was next to him, he'd snap their neck, man. Just like I would, right? Like I would do anything in my power to have that person next to me. And just to get all my motherfucking anger out, right? Just to get it out, right? Be like, so I can understand Youngblood, man, when he says that I want to give it, it does, but that's the thing, man, that's what they want Youngblood to do. Right. Because they still want to continue. They still want to continue with the Mark Moore saga. They don't want Youngblood to go to the next level. And what I mean by the next level, they don't want to put him out there, right? Because they know Youngblood, he got a lot of knowledge, man. He's a good speaker. And people will listen. But they don't want to give Youngblood that opportunity, man. When they do, they'll shut him down, they'll start arguing, or they won't give him the opportunity of the day to talk on that platform. Right? So instead of giving Youngblood the opportunity to be like, run the show, I guarantee you that show would have been a lot better, man. If y'all would have gave Youngblood the respect, I guarantee y'all shows would have been a lot better, man. Because you got a man that was there, man. That was there. He can actually tell you what goes on. Right? You had other guys telling you that, you know, they did time. And as long as you were not getting penetrated, you were still a gangster, right? You got one guy speaking up about it, but then you got Youngblood saying, man, you sleep with the male, you're gay yourself. Nobody wants to hear that, right? Nobody wants to hear the truth. Because you got one content creator saying that as long as you're the penetrator, as long as you're the giver, you're okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. I know what they do to young blood, man. And I feel bad, man. Because I know young blood's intentions are good, man. But he's just been manipulated. Right. And it all started with June reaching out to him and befriending him. And I get it, I get it. He's not aware of Dante Luis now saying he's a victim of Mark's boo game. Nah, man. It's sad to say that. I know Youngblood he could probably agree with me, man, that myself, himself, Mark, and many more, man, are victims of this guy's manipulation. Many more, man. Many more. Many more. But see, the manipulation form is called content. It's not called manipulation. It's called content. We're doing content now, right? It's called content. And I guess that gives the people more of ease of a mind that, hey, we're doing content. But at the same time, you're being manipulated. You're being gaslighted. You're being groomed, right? But I guess it's like, I guess how these young artists don't see that they're being groomed and gas. They're just so. My phone died.